Good? Okay. All right, everybody. This is our 4th STEAM Monday. My name is Trenton, and today I'm going to be teaching you about 3 things, just a little bit. Electricity, lights, and light pollution. Do you guys know what light pollution is?
A little bit.
A little bit? Can you give me an explanation?
I don't know. I've heard of it. I just.
Okay, we'll get there. But first, let's talk about electricity. What in this room do you think uses electricity?
The light.
The light?
Board. And
There's a lot of things that use electricity. When you come outside from the library and you walk in, I don't know what the temperature out there is right now, but sometimes it's a bit cooler in here. Why do you think that is? Air conditioning. Yep. There are so many things we use in our daily lives that use electricity, and sometimes we don't even realize it. This uses electricity. Lights, projector, fire alarm. Necessities like that use electricity too. We also use it for refrigerators, keep our food fresh. Computers, we all use computers. This is a computer. There are computers all in this building. I don't think there's a building in the world that doesn't have a computer, you know?
I know.
And street lights. Street lights use electricity. And the problem with street lights is light pollution. We'll talk about that later. So let's talk about a circuit, okay? Circuits are what lights up everything, how we turn things on and off. We go into our house, turn on the lights. That's what a circuit's doing. And if we look here, this is a battery-powered circuit. We have our light bulb, we have our battery, this one's on, and this one's off. What do you think the difference is?
So the one that's on is all connected, but the one that's off is not connected.
Yep. And why do you think this is off? I mean, the battery is touching the light.
Because that we need electricity coming from the positive and coming back to the negative, maybe?
You're so smart. That's exactly right. We have the negative and the positive. And we need them both to be on each side. And that's because we need the negative to push energy to the positive and go around. This is only pushing. It doesn't have anywhere to pull from. It needs to keep going around. So let's talk about light pollution. We have streetlights all over the place, right? We have to see at night. But there's a problem with streetlights. If you look here, this is a circle, I guess. I've never seen a streetlight like that, but this kind of diminishes the stars. This one is a bit better because it doesn't go up as much. This is even better because it only goes down. This one goes straight down. And there are 3 different kinds of light pollution. There's a light trespass, which, how many of you have been like sleeping at night and then you see the headlights of a car like go through your window, right? That's a light trespass. That's light coming from somewhere else, coming into your property and you don't really want it to. There's glare, which means like you go outside and sometimes there's these blinding white lights, or you go into like a classroom or something and you've just been in the dark and it'll just hurt your eyes. That's glare. Yes?
When I wake up in the morning, I'm used to not having light, and then when I get into a room, it's very bright, and then I try to come
Yep, that's exactly right. Sky glow is this. When a lot of lights are on, artificial lights, they kind of go where they're not supposed to. We want it to light up our buildings, our roads, but it lights up the night sky as well. So I'm going to show you something. So I pull up my keyboard here. There's a handy dandy map that we can use to see where the light pollution is the worst. So here in Manitowoc, how bad do you think light pollution is?
Probably higher than normal.
Higher than normal? If you look here, we can kind of see, what do you think is right here? What city?
Chicago.
Chicago. This is, you can clearly see all the major cities on this map just from looking there. So let's zoom in to Manitowoc. It's kind of pink. Yeah, it's pretty pink. And you'll notice all over Wisconsin pretty much, there's green and all these other colors. There is barely any place in Wisconsin, except around here in the national forests, you can't actually see the full night sky.
That's bad.
Yep, that is pretty bad. In Lake Michigan, we have a few spots. You can see just a whole bunch of things. You can see every major city that has pretty bad light pollution. You can see exactly where the most populated areas are. If you look at Europe, very, very densely populated, and it has a whole bunch of light pollution. I think that's pretty interesting. Let's look at Alaska.
Oh, wow.
What do you think's up here?
What's the
It's pretty cold.
Anchorage.
Anchorage is down here. Here's Fairbanks. Up here, this is a lot of ice.
That's what?
Nope, that's not why. But it's not inhabited, really. There are oil fields up there.
Ah.
Yeah. They have it very lit up so they can see what they're doing at all times.
Show us Kenya.
Kenya?
We have relation.
Oh.
And Russia.
Yeah, you can see, especially in Russia, you can see pretty much exactly where people live and people don't live. You notice, like, all this area, not too inhabited. You get the speckles of cities going down here. What is this? You can kind of read it. It's Moscow.
Oh, that's probably. Wow. Is that the capital of Russia?
Yeah.
So, let's look at Kenya.
Kenya.
In Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, not much.
No, not much at all. You
It's
see,
a poor country.
mhm.
They can't afford.
They have a
You
little
can-
red. They have a little red.
Yep, you can almost determine how developed a country is
Yeah.
just by looking at this map.
India? How does India look?
India,
Probably one.
pretty lit up.
Where,
There's
where
sparse
are they getting
spots.
What about lights
Japan?
from?
Japan? Let's look at Japan.
Oh wow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Pretty lit
High
up.
industry, industrial.
Mhm. Yep, it's not just buildings and houses and all that. It's a bunch of different types of oil fields. I was wondering how many secret bases there are here that are lit up and they're not supposed to be because they're giving away secrets. Okay. Well, there's a way to counter light pollution that not many people really want to do. The streetlights, if they're kind of giving off a lot of light, that's a bit too much, you have to point them down and dim them. And Wales has been doing this quite often. So let's look a bit at Wales. It's kind of still a bit lit up, but when there's big cities, you kind of have to. 75% of people living in cities have not seen like the undiluted night sky. Like not even, like we go out in the country here, we're living pretty rurally. We can see some of it, but the people in the cities, like people in Milwaukee, probably a good amount of them have not seen even that, which is,
Can we complain and have them turn our streetlights down a little bit? Say,
yeah,
in a
that's-
nice way, gee. how
they just
about-
have to keep everything going because we need to see. Can't,
Yeah.
yes, we can't live back. I think going back 100 years is the last time it's been pretty much undiluted. So
With the cavemen?
Not quite, but I'm sure it's
They had fire, right?
yeah, burning fire. It's anything, right? Like the sun, they don't really count that as light pollution considering it's natural. But fire, like when they started lighting things up with fire and stuff, that was, still had a little bit of light pollution there. Okay, so now let's do our project. And we're going to be making our own flashlights. So you guys can see in the dark. You don't need those pesky street lights to pollute your light. Okay, if you see Miss Ashley back there, she will give you a bag and a hole puncher.
Over there.
And we'll go around the front just because there's lots of cords back here. I don't want you guys to trip over the
You can
cords.
go over here.
My grandpa has one of these.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Does a lot of hole punching?
Yeah, I should have brought it.
I had the pleasure of spending in a safari in Kenya, experiencing the night sky. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's just, it's impressed in my brain that I will never forget how
Mhm.
wonderful it felt.
You always see like,
It is. You just, there's no way to describe it.
yeah, you see like photos of like the night sky and you're like, well, that must be photoshopped.
Yeah.
Because it just looks so good.
Yeah.
But sometimes they're the real
Those
deal.
northern lights then.
I didn't get a chance to see those if I was
Okay.
actually go to Iceland to see it too.
Let's all make sure we have our materials then. So in your bag, you should have a little green baggie like this,
Look inside your bag, guys.
piece of paper with the instructions on it, and we also have a pencil. So
That's interesting.
that is interesting. Okay. I'll show you the finished product. It lights up. Got some nice lights there. So let's all take our baggie and dump it out. Let's see what we have in here. Make sure we all have what we need.
I don't have a nickel.
So we all got an LED, a tiny little
This is an
LED.
LED?
Mhm.
Okay.
Got a battery. Yep.
Oh,
We have 2 pieces of aluminum foil. We have a note card, and we have these 2 sticker things. Okay, let's get started. Let's all take apart our battery. It might be a bit hard to get off. They're not exactly.
no, don't use your LED. If you
Looking at it. You have to put it on there to look at it. No, that would destroy the batteries in it.
Do we all got our batteries out?
No.
Yeah.
No?
Must be a really.
No, go ahead.
Here we go. Oh, she's got it already.
Yeah, go
All
ahead.
right.
Why don't you look at this a little better, so I put it on the light.
No, whatever you tell. Oh, yeah, you gotta bring that up to the back.
This garage.
If you need like a scissors or something, we can
Is it made out of glass?
get you one.
Now it's really fast.
Just got, it felt like little ridges on it.
Can we look at our battery and see which side has the plus?
Can I see it?
You see it?
Go ahead.
The other side is minus.
What does it say?
Once we all got our batteries, let's look at our LED.
LED?
One side is a bit longer than the other. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you think that is?
Because one's negative, one's positive.
That's right.
Well,
So let's take our.
one's negative and one's positive.
Mhm. So if you take your battery and your LED,
Oh, look at that, Lillian.
you can see which side is positive and which side is negative.
Put it on the plus side.
No, like slide it. One side.
Yep. So the small, short side is gonna go on the little like speckled part of your battery.
No, she's not getting it very nice. She don't got it.
There you go.
Maybe it's gonna switch to
So the short side.
short.
Or down, down. There you go.
Oh,
There
Oh,
you
you
go.
can switch it around.
You guys got it?
yeah.
Okay, let's take that off
Take it.
because we're gonna do something very nice. Let's take our note card and let's slide the hole puncher on the bottom here and let's punch one out. Just like that.
In,
Yep, slide it up from the bottom.
that's good. No. He's gonna do this down. Okay,
It
perfect.
doesn't really matter where it is as long as it's
Oh.
towards the bottom.
I'll hold
I
it.
want to do it.
You got it? Good job.
Yeah. Where
Okay.
did that little big piece right there?
Let's take our aluminum foil. We got our aluminum foil here. Got one part. Let's put it on top. And once it's there, let's take our sticker.
Any sticker?
Oh, we have our little white stickers in there.
These are stickers?
Yep, they are. And we're going to
Make it straight there.
put them right over the top to get that aluminum foil to stay. Okay.
We need one on the bottom.
We gotta do the other side too. Yep.
Wait, she's
So-
just going to the other side.
We gotta flip it over.
She's going over there.
I gotta put it over.
Well, you said
I
see.
think I used that. I'm gonna use it on the.
I can't grab it.
Shiny side up.
It doesn't matter which side is up. It's gonna work the
On
same.
the top or the bottom, please? Okay, start.
Looking good.
Okay. And we have a little two-sided aluminum thing with a hole down here. Okay. Now, let's take a close look at our battery again. Do we remember which prong corresponds to which side?
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't quickly.
Short side to the little speckled part and the long side to the positive. So let's take our pencil and we're going to write on one side, we're going to put L, which stands for long, and plus. L positive.
Yeah, so that's the long side.
And then let's flip it over
Now we're gonna do.
and put S minus.
Little S.
We're going to use this as a guide to put our battery on there.
So that's 2. I made it 2.
That's all right. Put it S.
There you go. Good job, Gavin.
You guys got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys know why we're using aluminum instead of copper?
What side are you on?
Copper doesn't really transmit,
Does it matter if the shiny side is red?
That's part of it.
Try it. Doesn't matter if this shiny side is up.
No, it doesn't. It's fine.
And are we supposed to hold it up?
Oh, no, I just have it up to show the hole is there.
Yes, could be wrong too.
Okay. So aluminum does conduct a bit weaker. It's about like 40% weaker in conductivity. It's lighter, so sometimes people might want to use it, but copper is a lot more resistant. So when they're trying to put a lot of voltage in, it's not gonna, aluminum probably won't be able to handle it and it'll kind of burn out. But copper stays true. So let's take our battery and remember which side we're placing. So we're gonna put it on top of one side of the hole.
Any side?
Any side, either side, but it's gotta match If it says S minus, the minus side has to be facing up.
Yep, that's right, Gary. You're right.
Yep, you put it right on the hole. So let's put that on the hole. I'm working on an incline here, so this is kind of difficult. So I'm going to go ahead and tape mine right away. We're going to, y'all do that in a moment here. Yeah, if y'all got your battery in place, Miss Ashley's going to come around and give you 2 pieces of tape. And what you're going to do is tape the aluminum to the battery and take the other side down on top of the hole. You got a question?
No, he was ready to hand because he's waiting for tape.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Oh, good. It can be blue or pink.
Okay. I'll come give you some. Tape it right down. So keep it in place. Flip her over.
Okay, first we need to actually track before we go punch.
On the back, it's just over the back.
We'll rip it out and then
Just tighten it down. Yep.
This one's for Kim.
You want to do this to the back?
You want to take it to the back. Right over the where the battery was still?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so you're gonna put your battery.
No, try it.
So you're just gonna put the battery and go one side has a
I see.
And
Oh, yeah, that's fine. It's just gotta be pushed down, and there's a little hole, and you got it. So do you know why we just did that? Well, we don't want our flashlight to stay on the whole time, right? We need something that'll turn it on and off. So let's take our LED and look at the, sure to look at the prongs. And put your short one where it says S and the long one where it says long. We're going to kind of tuck it in underneath the aluminum foil on the top.
Did you say under?
Yep, under the aluminum foil. Nope, it goes up.
Yours is white.
I bet better.
So here's a little short here. So let's see.
Underneath the aluminum.
We got to get the
just like
prongs to
Mr.
reach.
Trent has
How about
on.
I get your scissors?
So we're gonna line it up like this. Now the line for the top. And I think Mr. Trent, does the aluminum foil have to be all the way to the top, or is it okay?
Yeah, it can be.
Right there, we're
Just needs to.
gonna, I'm helping catch these guys up.
Yep.
So you're gonna line it up with the top and then stick it on. With one of these white sticks. You're gonna stretch it out by pulling the battery here, just like this. Put it on, kind of like a band-aid.
It's hanging down.
It
It'd be hanging down.
They're good.
It's okay if it's
Is it
hanging down
underneath
on
the-
the bottom. That's okay.
Yeah, it needs
What
to.
do I do?
You do the same thing if you're going to the other side. You're gonna flip it.
Which side do you think?
The
That's
same.
an
It
S.
should be tight.
Is that first one?
I mean,
Oil's supposed to go on.
flat or you want a little bubble?
That's fine, no, it's fine. It doesn't matter if it hangs over your head.
Oh, okay. There you go. There, that's obviously.
So yeah, on the other side, you're gonna do the same thing.
No, with a different one, sweetie.
You're gonna flip to the other side. And you're gonna do the same thing.
See the short side?
You're gonna tape it to the top.
What we did?
The very same.
Oh, the same. So down here. Sorry, our top is up.
That's okay.
So the way my mom did it.
Oh, no worries. We're going, trying to get under that tape, and so we're like, oh, that was. You're gonna go top of your sheet, just like on this side. We're gonna move this up just a little bit, because because I'm not sure if, you want to make sure the legs of your LED can go in there.
Yeah, very good.
But it just goes, so on this other side, go closer to the top, right here. It's just
Yeah, yeah.
Like this? The whole side is on this side? Yes.
Okay, just give me 1 second. Yeah. All right, good job, you guys. And now, the next thing you're gonna do is make sure you don't punch the aluminum. But you're gonna go under. I skipped a step, I keep skipping a step. The next thing you do is label
Like, that's, yeah.
one side L plus, that's where that leg is gonna go.
Put one side down, plus.
And the other side, you're gonna put S for short, minus, because remember, one of our legs is long, one of our legs is short. And I'm gonna put right there.
Here, look, here's L, and a plus, just like this one I was pointing.
That's just.
And on the other side,
Do not touch it.
look it this way. And then you do the S minus. You got that, Sage?
Yeah, this, I done this.
On this side, yes, put S minus on that side. And a minus. There we go. Okay. L plus.
You never know, just it's good.
Okay, we did that.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. It's a whole bunch.
Okay, now we gotta do a whole.
Oh, there you go. Is anything else?
Right here.
Oh, he's got one more.
I don't know what's wrong with mine. I think mine is a balloon.
Let's try.
Here you can go.
I'm sure maybe a little underneath the aluminum.
No, because I'm gonna look at straight.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes you yeah, not exactly the
Take the part.
most cutting edge technology. Let's see.
It says right here though, make a hole underneath the aluminum. Okay.
All right, guys, you got our L plus and our S minus. Perfect. So, what we're going to do next, we're going to make a hole
Okay.
underneath our aluminum. So it doesn't matter where, we're going to go toward the bottom, but don't punch it. So do you mind if I show you this before you take it, buddy? Make sure it's going to go under.
Okay, watch.
Because that is where we're going to put our battery. And we want to make sure the battery can get through the base. So we're going to make
It's
a
gotta
hole.
go right underneath the, like right.
And so when you put the aluminum back on, it'll be underneath the
It'll
aluminum.
be hiding. Okay, here you go.
Shiny part down.
Okay, now, we're both at it right, like right there. Hang on, you know what I do?
Make sure you don't punch the aluminum. And flashlight.
Cool, there, how about that? Right where that X is.
That's a good, that's a very good spot.
My brother squished it, there you go. There we go. Okay.
All right.
And what we can do.
Oh, look at that, very good punch.
Now, good guy, you guys did a really good job. Okay, now we're gonna go to the side that says L plus. So find the side
Your L plus.
Okay, and then we're going to put the
My LED
battery
is kind of dying.
on top of the hole. And remember, it should be the plus side up.
No, you don't want to work either. Left side up, there you go.
Right? And then we're gonna put the aluminum back over the battery.
My bad.
They're full. That's perfect. And then we're gonna take a piece of tape.
Oh, and you're going to put it on the bottom there.
And we're gonna put it, I made it.
You know why?
We're gonna put it right over the battery.
No, we do.
And tape it down. So the aluminum is taping down to the battery. So I'll take you guys a little tape.
Please, and thank
Let's see.
you.
Okay.
Here's a bit of the tape.
Be careful, yeah.
What's difference between mine.
And then we're gonna, once we're done with that, you're gonna flip over to the other side.
Both sides.
And you're just gonna take the aluminum down in the same way. So we wanna just really make sure the shiny's touching the back.
The shiny part is out.
So you go to the other side and just tape that aluminum down right over the hole punch. So give it another piece of tape.
The shiny part matters.
Put that right over your hole punch. Okay.
Should we have this over the whole one? Yeah.
You did it exactly, yes, it should be over the hole punch. Is that where it is?
That's interesting.
Let's see.
Aluminum is really.
That looks pretty good.
Buddy, I'm gonna put another little piece of paper, I'm gonna put another little piece of tape on, just to make sure you're touching that. And if we have to move it, we can, right? Okay. So you guys, this have our flashlight. The next thing is, place your, oh, here we go. Now we get to take, oh gosh. Our LEDs.
Okay,
All right.
remember
Now,
L?
do you remember which side goes to which? We have L plus and S minus. Which leg do you think we're gonna put on the outside, the long or the short?
It should last longer than that, fine, I think.
Okay.
So you're gonna
that's the
slip it
long-
under.
Nope, the other way.
That's it.
The long.
This is the tricky part.
Okay, watch.
You're gonna put it under where we taped on either side. Slip it in. So it's holding it down really good.
Okay, you gotta go underneath the foil putty. Put it.
So it's nice and snug.
Yeah.
And you don't have to go in all the way.
But the long part,
Teach some kids to.
no, I'm by the battery part.
And oh, no, oh, I'm sorry. We're not going by the battery part.
Oh.
We're going on the other side. I'm sorry. We're going
I'm
up at the
sorry, you
top.
were right.
Going up at
Looks
the
at me
top.
like,
Stand up in front of the desk, right there.
oh, okay, the other way though, please.
Oh, please, yeah. All right, good job. And now ready to see if your flashlight works? Squeeze the battery. That's like your on and off button.
I don't know if it's the battery.
And you have a flashlight. Good job, buddy. You did it.
The flashlight colors are different.
Yeah.
Hang on, I gotta flip it over to the
Mine is
other side.
purple,
Good job.
red, orange.
You've got a flashlight. Then you can turn on and off your battery. And you know why it turns on and off?
Originally, she put the LED on the battery.
Because the battery's not touching.
Right. We are opening and closing a circuit.
Okay, here.
Right now, when it's, when we don't touch the aluminum down, the electricity isn't where to go. But when we press down on the battery, we're closing the circuit, and a circuit is like a circle. You need the electricity.
You're doing it.
It worked. You guys made a flashlight.
And I got a red one.
Way to go.
Very good.
Yeah.
Taped it down and it's not working.
That's, I would like stuff like this, and it's grandma's fault that we
We actually got it in the
I'm sure it'll burn out sometime, but not.
This side.
Squeeze it together and say,
See, it's kind of taped over.
Yep.
awesome.
So when it's touching,
We can take that battery.
You got a flashlight.
Use this. Want to sit?
We'll have